I only really started becoming an influencer during COVID because everyone was bored, right? So I made a lot of TikToks at my house. If I see a tourist, I would go up to them. Like, they're not even asking for help, but I'm like, do you need help? Like, do you want me to show you around? Like, I'm so itchy to talk to people all the time. This day, I'm working all day. Then the next day, I'll take a break. Not overwork yourself so you don't get burnt out, and just have like a balance of it. No, the world is not rainbows and sunshines. If you want a lot of good things, a lot of bad things has to come too. There's no world where only good things come, right? Before this, I have so much haters. I felt like the whole Malaysia did not like me. I accept it and I acknowledge like all the teguran, like thank you for caring so much about me. But please don't care about me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Ashraf Khalid dan bersama saya sekali lagi
Ishraq Kamaruddin.
Selamat datang ke Apa Cerita Podcast, di mana kita dengar kisah individu-individu yang berjaya dan menarik untuk dijadikan sebagai teladan dan inspirasi. Alright, so today we are back with another influencer series episode.
Yes. First influencer. So we're gonna do it together dengan celebrity series, right? Yes.
So our guest today ni orang yang tak asing lagi kat social media, especially sekarang, especially TikTok. Aku rasa hari-hari aku buka, aku akan nampak muka dia.
Takkan temis lah daripada FYP.
Semalam aku tengok FYP dia cerita pasal Sheriff punya movie. Kan kita pun ada interview juga Syafiq Dia pergi tengok, and then dia cerita macam mana dia punya pengalaman melihat Zul Arifin.
Dia punya own review lah.
Dia punya own review, bukan terhadap movie tu, terhadap Zul Arifin. And aku tengok berjuta juga lah orang tengok kan. So semua benda dia buat jadi content. Dan social media ni adalah satu
dia punya playground.
Dia punya playground dan menjadi bualan netizen. Okay, so please do the honor of introducing our guest today.
Alright. Okay, but before that, kita nak minta tolong sebagai semua viewer kita di luar sana, tolong subscribe kepada Apa Cerita. Jadi kita boleh dapat tolong algoritma kita untuk lebih
capai
manfaatkan lagi ramai orang.
Yes. And also kita nak cakap juga, kalau you guys realise today kita punya set ada warna touch of pink sikit.
Betul.
Kan, sebab episod hari ni istimewa dibawakan oleh Usanita Sermerhab, sebuah platform networking untuk usahawan di Malaysia. So kalau you guys nak tahu lebih lanjut, boleh pergi ke www.usanita.com.
Kita akan letak link tu di bawah di dalam description bagi penonton-penonton yang di YouTube.
Yes. And if you adalah seorang usahawan yang memerlukan ilmu dan networking dalam keusahawanan ni, boleh sertai perintis Usanita. So diorang ni buat macam a very positive circle, so that you can share your knowledge, boleh share perkembangan perniagaan. And sekarang ni Usanita dah melebarkan sayap dia ke peringkat antarabangsa dengan program Bridge Through Brilliance. So you guys kena pergilah dekat website www.usanita.com atau cari di laman Instagram dan TikTok rasmi usanita.hq.
Yes. Tak boleh ditetik beratkan lebih lagi up, because you know people cakap you are your circle kan.
And so aku suka sangat sebab apa tahu tak? Sebenarnya I met Datin Nana, which is the founder, dan juga yang kalau kau tengok billboard Usanita yang muka tu kan, muka Datuk Nana lah. So Datuk Nana ni aku jumpa dia actually masa aku buat podcast juga dengan Roshamno.
So ada dia punya relationship.
And masa tu lah sebenarnya aku rasa buat aku trigger, rasa macam aku kena ada podcast aku sendiri.
So daripada viewer out there, tanpa Usanita tak adalah Apa Cerita.
Betul. Dan Usanita ni I think it's a very, Datin Nana juga memainkan peranan yang besar lah untuk kita di Apa Cerita, dan alhamdulillah juga kita akan bersama dengan Usanita di sepanjang 10 episod akan datang, dan insyaAllah berkat segala benda yang ni lah. And kita pun doakan juga supaya Usanita boleh lagi berkembang kat Malaysia ni. Alright, without further ado, let's go.
Alright, okay. Assalamualaikum dan bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kita semua tahu yang social media merupakan salah satu tool ataupun kuasa yang amatlah penting dalam zaman sekarang.
Betul.
Kebetulan, I baru baca tadi, worldwide market untuk ekonomi pencipta atau apa mereka panggil creator economy bernilai USD 500 billion sekarang.
Wow.
Okay. And guest kami pada hari ini adalah
dia ada lebih kurang 20% daripada that. Belum lagi.
So guest kami pada hari ini adalah seseorang yang kita boleh katakan berjaya dan successful di dalam industri ini. And saya faham bahawa peminat-peminat Apa Cerita lebih gemar dengan founder dan CEO series, tetapi ada banyak pelajaran dan manfaat dapat dipelajari daripada bidang-bidang ataupun industri lain, terutamanya daripada guest kami hari ini.
Yes, and I think kita pun sepanjang kita buat Apa Cerita ni, banyak episod kita sangat serius. So I hope that today punya episod akan jadi lebih entertaining.
Yes, entertaining, light yet educational.
Yes. So masa awal dulu sebenarnya awak dia sangat persistent. Dia cakap aku nak bawa datang sini. Sebab apa? I tengok dekat dalam phone awak, nama dia save adalah YouTube Coach. So maksudnya ni adalah seorang guru untuk Wak.
Yes.
So that's why Wak mengambil inspirasi yang dia macam sangat beria-ia lah cakap.
Yes.
Sampai cakap kat Wak, okay Wak, lepas ni kau kahwin je lah dengan dia. Alright, so
tapi sama juga tanpa Usanita tak ada Apa Cerita Podcast. Tanpa guest kita hari ni tak ada Apa Cerita Podcast juga.
Kenapa?
You know, because semua ni kita buat because of the introduction yang guest kami hari ni dan training yang aku dah pergi untuk nak ada niat dan interest pun lah nak
dalam
buat
YouTube ni.
Correct,
kan?
betul. Alright. So without further ado, memperkenalkan dengan 1 million followers di TikTok.
Wow.
500,000 followers di Instagram. Dan 100,000 subscribers di YouTube.
10 kali ganda kita ni.
Ya. Memperkenalkan Leona.
Hi Leona. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for coming.
Panjang sangat kita punya introduction.
Panjang sikit.
You pun macam tengah tunggu macam
So but thank you so much for being here.
Correct,
I pun tahu you, I think last week you just came back from Bath, right?
Yeah, I just came back.
From UK.
Yes.
Yeah.
So muka pun mak saleh. Belajar berdekat dengan orang putih. So are we going to speak in Malay or in orang putih?
Yeah.
We're going to speak in orang putih.
Can we try a bit Melayu? Tak boleh?
Can.
Okay.
Betul? Boleh? Are you
Sikit. Sikit.
Okay, so thank you so much. Kita pun tahu yang you baru datang daripada satu event also just now.
Yeah.
Kan, given influencer pun lebih kurang juga busy juga. Macam
lagi busy pada kita sebenarnya.
Kadang-kadang kan dia separuh 50% memang busy, 50% buat busy.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I feel like buat busy is like part of the influencer lifestyle. They need to find things to do to make content, right?
Yeah.
So kena cari benda untuk buat diri tu busy lah orang kata kan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tapi selepas pukul 12 tengah hari lah kan.
No.
Oh no.
11 a.m. at the salon first.
prep diri lu. It's a part of the lifestyle lah kan.
Yeah.
All the salon and all that.
Alright. Well, so I think mungkin nak cerita sikit macam mana you kenal dengan Leona.
Yeah. So before we start lah, also for the viewers to know juga, I kenal Leona about around 2 years ago, I think right? And at my age I think that time I was roughly around 28 years old. Dengan given my background kan, sebagai seorang entrepreneur yang buat business and at the same time kerja corporate.
Okay, kau nak cakap kau power lah.
Tak ada lah. Bukanlah. Tak, I just want nak semua orang tahu yang aku at 20 boleh tahan tua juga 28 years old kan. Dah kerja and also ni, and still aku dapat belajar so many things lepas aku kenal Leona throughout these 2 years There's so many things that I learned from her, and I want to tell everybody yang actually doesn't mean that dia bukan dalam business, and doesn't mean that bukan an entrepreneur kita tak boleh belajar. Pasal I apply a lot of things yang dia ajar I into my media business, and also, the work ethic, discipline, and all that I have first-hand experience seeing in front of my eyes, that I want to semua orang share, dapat this manfaat juga daripada my own experience.
So that's why he said to me also the other day lah, when he wanted to convince me.
Yeah, so you guys, viewers kat luar sana, you guys want to stay pasal banyak pelajaran, I'm sure, from this session.
Yes.
Alright,
so Leona, of course a lot of people know you as someone goofy, cute, suka buat konten-konten yang kelakar, and I tu buat ketiak ketipung raya. Lepas tu lagu Kelantan tu,
Sebagai,
apa semua kan. So a lot of people know you buat benda-benda yang cute, benda-benda yang viral, and also benda-benda yang menghiburkan lah. So but I think tak banyak orang tahu juga pasal you punya pengalaman growing up. So maybe you can talk a bit about your childhood. How was your childhood growing up?
So growing up, I'm the youngest of 3, and I'm very close to my entire family, like my cousins and everything. And since I was young, my mom gave me a lot of exposure to activities and everything. So I was a very outgoing kid ever since I was young. I had like nickname Miss Chatterbox, Little Miss Chatterbox, because I couldn't stop talking. And yeah, what else do you want to know about my childhood?
Yeah, so like growing up, macam mana your relationship with your dad, and also at the same time, I pun tahu that you grow up with your aunties and your family members together kan. So how was the dynamic as a family?
Yep. Growing up especially. And how does it actually sumbang kepada who you are today, you rasa?
So I think I'm a very family-oriented person. I always put my family first.
How was it like? How was your dad like? Do they have any expectations for you?
Oh no, okay. So my parents are like very, very not strict. But I think because my parents are not strict, I had the freedom to do anything that I want. So I wasn't very rebellious or anything. I'm the kind of person who would tell my mom every single secret in my life. Yeah. As for my dad, growing up, I always say I was daddy's girl. And I I still do really look up to him. And ever since I was young, I would follow my dad to like shoots sometimes, or we would have shoots at home. So I met a lot of like celebrities growing up. This is kind of funny, but I think the first celebrity that I remember is like Zakia. I think she was at my house. And I think I also met your sister-in-law, Izara Aisha. I think
also
I met
at your
her.
house?
Yeah, I think so. I actually don't really remember.
You were too young lah.
Yeah, it was like ages ago. Yeah.
So growing up in that kind of environment, it's not normal for everyone, right? Everybody tak adalah tiba-tiba ternampak artis, living in that kind of life kan. So how was it at that time?
I think last time I didn't really understand like what fame really was. And it was just like, ooh, today there's so many cameras at my house. I thought that was normal. Because I was like, oh, it's like keeping up with the Kardashians. It was really fun. And I think when I got into primary school and then my teacher started talking about my dad, then that's when I realized like, oh, this is what fame is, Yeah, but before that, I didn't really have like the concept of that. And I think because of the exposure to all of that, like meeting so many people at a young age, it made me very like outspoken. Yeah, I have no shy bone in me. I'm like the most extroverted person ever. I'm the kind of person like if I see someone standing like, for example, like I live in Bath, right? If I see a tourist, I will go up to them. Like they're not even asking for help, but I'm like, do you need help? Like, do you want me to show you around? Like I'm so itchy to talk to people all the time.
Yeah, suka cakap. That's why you were called Little Chatterbox, right?
Yes.
Little Chatterbox, but just now jam in.
No, I was a bit nervous.
Understand.
But my mom would say that I even talk in my sleep. Like she says, I never stop talking, even when I'm sleeping. I'm like, she said, I will never stop.
To chatterbox until not asleep can stop.
So it'll be very tough awak if you end up with
Ayo.
So tidur masa tidur duk tengah cakap lagi.
Tapi aku pun banyak juga cakap tengah tidur.
Oh yeah. Okay,
but not Mr. Chatterbox. So anyways, but you shared a bit like you know, you are blessed yang your mother gave you all this exposure. I believe you pernah share dengan I yang you always go to, your mom send you for ballerina, for ice skating, and also, what was it? You're also a member of Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Right? So was that all in your own interest, or your mom yang arranged that all at that age?
I think when you're a kid, you don't really know what you want. Like, I don't think kids are at the maturity to make their own decisions. So it's kind of the responsibility of the parents to expose to expose the kids to all of this. And my mom never forced anything. She just wanted me to explore what I like. So I did ballet, hip hop, tarian traditional. I actually competed in traditional Malay dance. Wow. I know how to do like inang, joget, zapin,
maybe
all
you can
of
show
it.
us later.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, and I've like competed in Korea, China, Russia with my Malay dance. Yeah, dance.
How old were you this time?
9, 10. And my mom is the kind, like, she didn't just expose me to these activities, but she was the kind to take initiative. So she formed a team in my school. So I was very blessed at a young age. I could travel with my friends. We went
friends?
to a group. Can you imagine a group of like 20 little girls going to compete in another country?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and my mom would be the chaperone. And she would organize these trips. Yeah, so besides dance, I also did cheerleading, ice skating, which I started. I think that's the first activity I did when I was like 4 or 5. I did that for about 13 years maybe.
Ice skating.
Yeah. But once you like get to a higher level, you have to really commit to it. You know, like you can't be an Olympian if you're doing 100 and other things. You need to be like fully committed to it. But I was doing so many other things. And on top of it, yeah, I am a girl guide, but I'm the first ever person in the world and in Malaysia to ever get King Scout and Queen's Guide.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is that?
So it's the highest level that you can achieve in both associations. So I was a girl guide in school. I've been a girl guide ever since I was maybe like 5, 4. Ever since I was born. My mom's really passionate in Persatuan Pandu Putri, and now she serves on the board of the Asia Pacific Asia Pacific Girl Guides, like, so the region. Actually, maybe the world board. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And in Pengakap, I did it outside of school. So I did that in my final year of high school while doing SPM.
Understand?
Yeah.
So you're really an active punya person.
Very active.
Yeah, I think like all these experience is why I am who I am.
Why you are who you are today.
Yeah. I even did like poetry, barista class. I went to barista school for a whole year.
Wow.
Yeah. What else did I do? Sailing. I went sailing and kayak.
Yeah, I think you told me this.
Yeah, I had a near-death experience.
Oh, you want to tell us?
Oh yeah. So when I was 16 or 17, I had, for Pengakap, we had like a Pengakap Raja. We had a expedition section where we had to do expedition. So I'm Pengakap Laut, and I think we had to kayak 45 kilometers.
45?
Yeah. So we were doing it like,
yourself or sailing using the wind?
No, kayak with your hands. So we started in Port Dickson, and I forgot, but it was like 45 km in the big ocean, big sea, right? So it was the second day. And that day, they paired me with another guy who wasn't like that strong either. Honestly, I'm a bit lembik, but I think I was a bit stronger that time.
A bit stronger than that
time. Now,
now totally gone. But I was sailing, and then there was a huge cargo ship in front of us. And me and this guy, we weren't really like a dynamic pair. So we were at the back of the group. And then we were kayaking and we realized, okay, so the cargo ship is in front of us and we're supposed to go to the left. But then me and my friend realized that we were kayaking towards the right. So when we realized we had to turn, we were already quite close to the ship. We were the last group already. So when we turned, there was a huge wave and we hit the anchor of the cargo ship. And I was sitting at the back, so I flew off the kayak, and because the cargo ship is shaped like that, so the water goes down, right? So I hit the cargo ship and I almost got sucked down. But then I swam about 1 kilometer away from the cargo ship. Yeah. And at that time, there was one train instructor with us. And he could only save the first person he saw because he only can see one person. And he saw me. So I swam 1 km away and I was holding onto the kayak like this. And we didn't even know what happened to my friend. We thought he died already. Like we were so panicking. And I was holding on and then he made a call to my mom because the thing is my mom goes for, even though she's busy, she goes for every single activity without fail. So she was on the shore and then she said like, satu budak capsized, like send help right now.
Your mom did the call?
No, the instructor. So that day, the police and the bomber was late. Because the first day there was no casualty or like nothing. So I think they came so late to work. They were supposed to be there from the moment that we started kayaking, but they were late. So I was really holding on for like 30 minutes. And I thought like, I really can't do this anymore. Because imagine, it's so scary. You're in the middle of the sea.
And the wave was there?
Yeah, and there's like, it's the laluan of the cargo. So the waves is not just normal waves. It was huge. And I kept getting swallowed. And I told him like, I really can't hold on anymore. And then the fisherman saw me. And a fisherman boat passed by. And then they throw the, what's it called? Pelampung. Pelampung. And then with my last bit of energy, because I said like, I'm literally going to let go. Like if I die, then I already accepted that I was going to die.
How old were you this time?
16. Yeah. And then I grabbed onto the boy and they picked me up and I was like so lembik. I was like lifeless. Not lifeless, but really tired. Yeah. And then because the bomber and the police weren't there yet, they found, thankfully, my other friend, we had a bag on the kayak. It got stuck to the anchor. So he was holding on to the kayak when it flipped. So they found him and put him back on the kayak. And because the police and bomber didn't come, I had to continue kayaking another 10 kilometers.
In that condition.
Yeah, they put me back with the fishermen sent me back to my group and they were like, okay, like we're in the middle of the sea, what can we do, right? There's no island or anything.
But the fishermen couldn't tak boleh bawa the boat.
Yeah, I have no idea why they just
dia selamatkan tu. Okay.
Yeah. So
but at least dia selamatkan.
So we kayaked like about 10 kilometers until we reached like an island in the middle of the sea. And then the police came and I'm like, if the fisherman didn't see me, I would already be dead. Yeah, and then that was the second day. So I kayaked until the end of the day, and then I actually finished it the next day. The third day, I kayaked about 10 or 15 kilometers more. And like I'm not the kind
you didn't get like scared PTSD from that.
Honestly, I did, but I'm
what
not.
What happened to your friend?
He was okay.
He was okay.
When we hit the anchor, the kayak flipped and he was holding onto it.
Oh, he was on top.
No, he like when it fell, he held on. But I like flew to the back. Because the impact was really hard. Honestly, I feel like I still have PTSD in some way. Like I'm scared of the sea. But I'm not like a quitter. I hate doing things halfway.
Understand.
So I don't want to use my trauma as a reason why I didn't finish something.
Understand.
So that's why I just completed it.
And then no more sea after.
Actually, no. After that, I started sailing in regattas. Yeah, so I sailed from Port Klang to what is that island? Not Perhentian. It starts with a P. Or maybe
Pangkor.
Pangkor to Pangkor to Penang to Langkawi over 1 week with my friends. And we were the youngest crew, 16 and 17-year-olds.
Just you guys?
Yeah.
No supervisor?
We had 2 supervisors. But we were the ones that were
doing everything.
Yeah, doing everything.
I see.
And we won some of the races as well.
Yeah, but I think it's amazing where it showcased that you got that attitude of never giving up right when you were young.
Yeah.
Because I think this is benda yang bagi I sangat penting lah. Because a lot of people macam dengar not giving up itu macam it's a simple word kan, but when you do something you have to make sure you finish it. Doesn't matter lah apa challenge. Kalau I think I don't know if I have that type of kekuatan kan, that courage to finish it lah. But I think hats off to you lah for completing that thing.
Betul.
Yeah,
despite
I think
the challenge.
Where does this spirit
my mom is all from my mom. I think
her.
growing up, my dad was very busy, so he was barely around. But even though my mom was busy, she was a very like present mother, and she never let me quit halfway. Like she would really give me all the support, all the encouragement. And I like the feeling of achievement. I think even in little things, it doesn't have to be like a big thing. Like even when you're doing maybe like a small project, I think about when I'm going through hard times, I think about how I would feel when I complete it. So I just really like push myself to finish it.
So that you get that feeling again.
Like every time I do something, of course you would face obstacles, right?
Yep.
But then at the end of the day, you need to know you will get through it. Like even if it takes a very long time or a short time, if you persevere, like you will get to the end.
As long as you don't die, you can still keep going, right?
Yeah. Like even if you feel stuck in that moment, like take a break. There's no rush to finish anything. Just like take a moment, breathe, do it with a clear mind, and then you might find another solution.
Understand?
But I think macam, you know, at that moment, contoh dia tengah laut, kan? If dia give up, dia lepaskan tangan dia, she will not be where you are today.
Correct.
You will not be even here.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's the power of not giving up.
Betul.
Something that we can really learn from.
Correct. So I want to highlight also the same thing because we've done a few classes and all this, right? And first class dengan Yasmin pun to do this hosting, she said kita kena buat banyak-banyak benda, like so that builds
Bukan
character.
Banyak benda, banyak kali.
No. Experience.
Experience.
Like do things, go travel, go do activities, go free diving, go and dive, go and travel, because it builds your character for just hosting. It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and similar to you. And I want to highlight juga yang a lot of people say overnight success. Like suddenly, Leona, you boom. Tiba-tiba become viral, and that's what made you famous. But little that they know, kat belakang tu, daripada kecil lagi, since small, your mom already been training you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hantar you for all these activities, built you in Girl Scouts. So all this experience is actually not an overnight success.
Yeah, I think I'm like a product of all my experiences.
Yeah.
I'm not just like that straight of a personality.
Correct.
And I think everyone, like everything you go through, you will learn something good or bad, right?
Yep.
Leona, you know, from the stories that I hear, I think you came from quite a privileged family.
Yeah.
And also, of course, your grandfather is also very successful. Datuk Pahamin,
Yep,
Datuk Pahamin. So I think he was also
also one of our founders dekat Asia.
Yeah, one of the Asia founders also.
Correct.
So, how is it growing up in a privileged punya environment for you?
I'm very grateful for it. And it's something that I will never deny that I grew up with privilege. I wouldn't deny that I'm here because of my privilege, because not everyone is entitled to this privilege.
Yep.
But it's like what you do with that privilege. So I feel like with that privilege, rather than being spoiled with like materialistic goods, I was spoiled with experiences. Yeah, my mom never said no to me. I mean, okay, like if I was naughty, she would say no. But if I wanted to try something new, my mom would find a way to make it work. And my grandpa was very supportive as well. Actually, he would sometimes go for my competitions and everything, which I think is like, it highlights how important family support is. Because without I'm grateful to have a really supportive family, and not just like support financially, but emotionally, mentally. Like they would give me all kinds of advice. So I think like I would never deny that privilege, and I'm really grateful that I was born with that privilege.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of people ask, why do I need to work hard? Why you need to work hard is actually because you want to build wealth, right?
Yeah.
So that when you have wealth, you have time. And when you have time, you can do things for your family. You can support your granddaughters. Betul tak?
Yeah.
Imagine if they don't have the time or they don't have the privilege, kan? They also tak boleh nak bagi the support because they are busy with work. So that's why I think the quality of life can be better when you work hard and you dapat that success, kan? So that anak cucu you semua, kan, you boleh support, you boleh bagi happy, and then their life will be more quality juga.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Like, honestly, it's not just money in this world. It's like knowledge as well. So I'm grateful that my grandparents, my parents, they're very educated people, and they really raised me with so much love, care, and like very, how do I say it? Like put importance to like study. So it made me, I guess I'm like a pretty good person.
Yes, I think knowing you personally, I think you are a really good person.
I mean, there are many like
yeah.
wealthy people, but not very good people, right? So I guess not everyone can have money. Like there are people with money, but it's how you like how
carry
you
yourself.
how you carry yourself and what you do with that money and what you do with that privilege. Because some people use their privilege for bad things, but for me, I would say that my privilege played a really big role in my upbringing and building the person that I am today. Yeah.
So podcast kita hari ni memang podcast T20.
Well, aku nak highlight juga before we move to our last question for this segment.
Before the break.
Before the segment is itulah peranan your family, right? And tapi I want to link also so that for the viewers also, tak semestinya because you come from privilege, like Pak Din also, right? The parents also support him throughout bila dia buat business. From our previous episodes pun, you know, they didn't have money, but the parents also still support. They built his shop, kan, free labor,
using tangan dia sendiri,
built just to share with you as well, kan. So the parents also support him as he was, you know, building his own self. And thank you for sharing your how you punya family also played a role. And no wonder I see all the fruits today when I got to know you, you know, and you told me all this. I wanted to share with everybody also that what built you to who you are today, all these experiences. So, all right. So last question for this segment. So now you are studying, right, in Bath?
Correct.
Yeah, in University of Bath. I went to visit you last year, I think.
Yeah.
Right, finally. So you are already making quite a lot of money. I know how much you make because you tell me.
And also you splurge on him.
Said, don't cross the line. Right?
What are you saying?
See, the line doesn't exist. So anyways, so you make quite a lot of money because you told me one day, sometimes she makes more than me, man. You know?
I believe. No, why? Because, okay, what? To be honest, Leona, of course I know you before and I know you from social media and then we've met before and things like that, kan? Tapi Look Fest was the first time that I actually saw you in public.
In public or in action?
Oh, in public.
And Leona, trust me, I come from a family of fame juga. No, I mean my stepmother is a singer. My sister-in-law is a singer. My wife, my sister-in-law actress. My wife also, kan. But bila I tengok cara orang react to you is different. Faham tak? Dia orang macam super excited nak pergi ambil gambar you. Macam usually I go with my family, of course ramai juga nak ambil gambar, tapi dia orang macam malu-malu. They don't feel that close tau. Tapi with Leona, orang macam menjerit kot.
Aku tahu.
Like people were shouting and like bila Leona punya gambar keluar dekat screen tu, people were shouting. And that was the first time yang aku tahu macam, because Wah has been saying it to me macam Leona ni power kan. Tapi apa yang power sangat budak ni kan, aku cakap. But at that day, then I really realised that actually this is not something that happened, but it's something that also curated.
Yeah. I think before I answer your question, I'll answer his. I think the thing is that maybe like your stepmother and your sister-in-law and your wife, people see them as celebrities, but I think people see me as their friend.
Yeah, true.
I think it's because of my, like, how I present myself online. I don't have a polished image. Like, I will post picture. No, when I baru bangun tidur, like tarik mata here, belum mandi, and I'm very unfiltered with the way that I talk. I don't talk like an influencer, honestly. Like, I ramble so much, and I try to like treat my followers like friends. Yeah. And I think maybe that's why they feel comfortable to approach me more, because like I think you would agree. I'm the same off camera and in front of the camera. Very outgoing, friendly. I'm not saying they're not friendly. I'm just saying I think that people think of me as a friend.
So I think you're right. Like, I think that's why macam, because I was really surprised and like you became like the center of attention. Kan?
Yeah.
She took control. They take control of the whole.
Yeah. And then the day after that, I saw on TikTok dah viral. Ada 47,000 likes or some shit like that from some fan.
Maybe like 1 million views or so.
Yeah, it was 1 million views, something like that.
I was just telling Asha also, just so you know, I went for a couple of open house kan during Raya baru ni.
Yeah.
So I can say maybe how many people wanted to take picture with me. I said 50% is because of this podcast. Another 50% is because of you. Can you imagine? And we were like doing a lot of content 2 years back, and still until today, people still
remember what as Leona's friend.
No, but it's like I'm proud that I'm his friend. You know?
Yeah. I'm proud she is my friend too.
I'm proud also.
But anyways, also
about studies. And
studies. Yeah.
You're in Bath now.
Yeah, you're making so much money if you stay here.
Yeah.
But why go there, pergi sambung belajar and all that? Not that I'm against. I actually support. And I asked, have to, right? But,
I think education is very important. Like if I had to give an advice to any aspiring influencers or maybe any kids that are watching this, like please continue studying. And I don't mean just complete it, like take your studies seriously and really be in the environment, whether it's primary school, high school, college or university. Really
be there, be present.
Be present, because it's not really about what you study, but it's the journey of studying, like just committing to finishing that degree. Like that makes you not a better person than other people, but it shapes your personality.
Character.
Yeah, it develops your critical thinking skills, which I think so many people lack these days.
True.
Like netizens out there, they really like to like jump to conclusions and assume things, which I think if they just had a little bit of critical thinking skills, they could there would be so much less problems. And I think of social media as a hobby. Like even though I do make a lot of money, like alhamdulillah for that, but I would want to also set a good example to other people, like to finish their studies. And in Bath, I feel like I've become a very different person. Not different, but I've changed so
more
much.
Responsible.
More responsible, more independent, and I really get exposure to the real world. Like
and also you did some odd jobs also, like
I was a waitress.
Yeah,
so I have a lot of curiosity in me. I want to try all kinds of jobs. I want to work in retail, but one of the jobs I really wanted to try was to be a waitress, because I wanted to know how do people talk to waitresses, like how to deal with people, what happens behind the scenes, because just so that I can appreciate the service more. And honestly, if I was working as a waitress in Malaysia, I feel like I wouldn't get the normal experience, right? Because I would get like people coming up to me. But in UK, like nobody knows me. Right?
Especially in Bath.
Yeah, especially in Bath. Like who would know me? So working there, I think I just walked into the the reason why I got the job was my best friend. She didn't do too well in her studies. So her dad said, I'm cutting off your allowance. So she had to get a part-time job. And she lived very comfortably. So she was very scared. And I'm like, you know what, dude? I'll do this waitressing job with you. So you're not alone.
Oh,
so
what a good friend. No wonder you like her. As a friend.
And then we walked into the hotel. We said, can we work here? And they're like, okay, like just send your CV and come for the interview. So then I actually had my trial shift before her. And it was hard, but she didn't end up working there. But like I said, I'm not a quitter. So how can I show up to the trial shift and quit? Like even though I really didn't need that job, like I was doing well as an influencer even when I was there, right? But I'm not a quitter. So I was like, you know what? I'll just commit to this. So for 3 months, I only work weekends because weekdays I don't want it to disturb my studies. I will wake up at 5:30 a.m. and go to work and work until like 2 p.m. And because for 3 months I was working as a waitress, I didn't go out on Friday and Saturday nights, which is like the fun party nights. Yeah, so I sacrificed that. And I really worked as a waitress. Like I worked in a 5-star hotel, so I had to wear the whole uniform and tie my hair up. Oh my God, I learned so much. Carrying hot coffee. I spilled coffee all over myself, but every day I'm like, no, like this is an experience. Like, don't give up, you know? Like, and I wanted to know people outside of my university circle. So I met the other local people working there. So I think like even that gave me exposure to so many things, and I could learn so many things from other people. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, right? It's like people only see Leona from on camera, right?
Yeah.
Dia tak habis lagi menjual you kan?
Bukan menjual. I'm saying like these are all the good traits that kita boleh belajar and also apply, right? Like discipline, be curious, be passionate about what you do, habiskan apa you buat. All these are all good traits that you have.
That's very important. And I think I like the message that you sent out there where education is important.
Correct.
Even though you come from a family that is from you know, you don't need to really belajar pun boleh lah, you nak pergi kerja kat mana-mana kan. And then you know, even though you are an influencer, you earn 5 figures kan, maybe more kan. Kan. So for me, but you still put education first, which I think is very interesting and also benda yang sangat bagus lah. Tapi tak patilah kat sana.
Secret. I think on the outside, I portray myself as like a Barbie. Very like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But behind the scenes, I'm the most like hands-on person. I will go camping. I will do anything. You can ask me to do anything. I don't feel girly to clean the toilet now. Like,
you look like someone who would be girly.
To clean the toilet.
With all the glitters.
Yeah, like with my nails and everything. Like, okay, I would say like be a smart princess. Like, don't be a stupid princess. So I always have my hair done with my nails done. Like, okay, I always look perfect. But if you told me to go jump into like the lake or like, Leona, let's go camping. If you threw me into the forest, I know how to survive.
Mengakap kan?
Yeah.
Right. But I had this first experience bila travel lah. She was so tired but still camera je doing work, right? So you can see that commitment and, you know.
Oh yeah, just to also give you guys a bit of context to the viewers out there, they used to work together also.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Leona was an
Asia.
intern in Asia. And then at that time, Leona was asking Tony to dance, asking everybody to dance. And
so some success that you can see there is how many followers or TikTok you grew from Asia?
I think like for followers or engagement, it was more than 150%.
Wow.
In my 3 months there.
Internship je kan, Leona?
Internship.
What will happen if they actually hire you full time?
I am going back there when I'm done.
She is.
Hopefully the CEO tiba-tiba terus CEO. Alright, so guys, thank you so much for staying tuned with us for the first segment. So kita akan take a short break, Leona. After this, we're going to talk more about your influencer punya life
journey.
Okay.
And also some interesting question. Alright, so see you guys later. Dan episode ini dibawakan khas oleh Usanita. Alright, catch you guys after the break.
Catch you guys.
Alright, welcome back to Apa Cerita with Leona.
Yes.
And the first ever podcast yang dikeluar.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is exclusive, man.
Tak pernah lagi Leona ada dalam di mana-mana podcast.
Selalu kita nampak Leona 30 saat seminit. So sekarang kita boleh kenal dengan Leona dengan lebih mendalam.
You dapat spend 2 jam dengan Leona.
Hopefully my stories menarik lah.
InsyaAllah. Of course.
For us menarik.
Yep.
Alright, so before we start, kita just nak bagi shout out sekali lagi kepada kita punya sponsor hari ni, which is Usanita.
Yep.
Kan, macam saya cakap tadi, Usanita ni adalah tempat di mana kita boleh buat networking bersama other business people juga. And kat situ banyak juga ilmu yang kita akan dapat, because dia banyak gunakan artis, gunakan usahawan untuk share their knowledge juga dekat
betul.
Dalam this circle kan.
So to find out more, you boleh lihat di bawah, kita akan letak link untuk www.usanita.com bagi yang mendengar.
And antara inisiatif dia yang aku dapat tahu adalah bersama dengan AirAsia. Okay, you can tell us about that.
So Usanita mempunyai satu partnership juga dengan AirAsia Academy, di mana dekat situ dia ada modul-modul yang dia kasih untuk anybody boleh guna.
Untuk Usanita lah, untuk Usanita punya ni lah kan.
Betul. And modul-modul tu berfokus on motivational punya modules, leadership punya modules, all this dekat dalam AirAsia Academy dengan pembayaran yang amatlah rendah. Yes.
And also diorang juga ada Usanita Mall.
Betul.
Kan, Usanita Mall ni di mana is a platform, is e-commerce platform di mana diorang jual barang-barang SME dekat sini kan. So you guys boleh check out juga. Kan antara VIP merchant dia orang adalah rakan strategik Usanita seperti Datuk Rasham Noor. Ada Rizman Ruzaini which is our guest juga. Last week punya guest.
Belum keluar lagi bila time shoot ni, tapi by the time kita release ni dah keluar lah. Of course lah.
Dah keluar. Dan kita ada Awal Asyari, Syalahaya dan ramai lagi.
Alright, so check it out. And also don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so kita kembali kepada kita punya topik ataupun kepada kita punya tetamu yang special untuk hari ini.
Yes.
Yang
bertemakan pink sama dengan kita punya sponsor.
Yes. Sponsor bayar you ke? Alright, Leona, sekarang ni kita nak masuk ke you punya fasa sebagai influencer.
Yes.
Di usia yang agak muda, you were signed to Zeno. Zeno. Kan? And apa yang membuatkan you sign kepada Zeno, dan adakah you rasa benda tu adalah benda yang penting untuk you sebagai seorang influencer untuk go to the next level as an influencer?
But maybe before sebelum Zeno tu, how macam mana awal, what was the first touch yang you jadi influencer?
The trigger point
the trigger point
jadi influencer ni.
Do you remember?
I think because I'm an outgoing person, I've always been like the popular kid, you know, even before people, because when I was starting out as an influencer, people didn't know who my dad was. So it was just like being one of those trendy girls, and I really enjoyed being like known. I think I had like maybe like 10,000 followers maybe.
At what age when you had that first 10,000? Like
13, 14.
13, 14.
Budak lagi.
Yeah. I remember my first ever like partnership was like with this Instagram shop, and then it gave me like a crop top, and I really liked it. Yeah, so I only really started becoming an influencer during COVID because everyone was bored, right? So I made a lot of TikToks at my house with like I was just dancing, showing off my house with my cousins. At home, I mean, during COVID, everyone was stuck at home. So I was like, this is my life at home as an influencer. And I really started blowing up. And then people started knowing who my dad was. So I started gaining more and more traction.
Oh, that's when, during COVID is where you really, really
actually... Yeah, where I think I was just like, okay, like maybe before COVID, I was like 50,000 followers, maybe like that. Or maybe already 100,000. Actually, I don't even remember. But I really became famous during COVID. Yeah, like when people really started to know me. And that's when I joined Zeno. So basically, my good friend, Iman Opi, was already under them. And at that time, as a like I think I joined Zeno when I was 17. Okay, no, maybe right after high school. I didn't know anything about like the whole influencer world. I didn't even know like rates. I didn't know how to do an invoice. I don't know how to negotiate. I was scared of writing my own emails, you know, like I would get so many inquiries. I don't know how to reply to them professionally. And then my boss, Prashant, like reached out to
Melaka
me.
Boy.
Melaka Boy.
Shout out to Melaka Boy. He was my boss also, you know.
Oh, really? Yeah. He's both our boss.
Yeah. No, the first time I met him, you remember during bowling, I said, oh, my friend, he used to do what you do.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, I didn't know. Used to work with a big time guy, Melaka Boy. And then he said, who's your friend? I said, Ashraf. I said, you know I'm Melaka Boy, right?
Yeah, that was so funny.
Because I knew Melaka Boy. I didn't know. Tak tahu rupa dia macam mana pun.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway.
So he invited me to the office and he said like, oh, do you want to be under Zeno? And then I was like, oh yeah, I can try it out. And I think I'm very grateful for that because that's how I really started like my influencer journey. So as a young kid who didn't know anything, there's so many agencies who take advantage of you, right?
Yeah.
But he really does things for the best of like his artist interests and how to like really develop them. Not just like, he doesn't think of his influencers like just to make money, but he really let me. Yeah, he cares. He cares.
Even agreement there is not exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically in Zeno, like there's a whole like healthy ecosystem where there's the videographer, photographer, copywriter, editor, manager.
So you just bawa diri je lah.
Yeah, so at that age, like it was easy. I had everything sorted. I would just show up to the office and then like, they pass me my script and like, okay, this is what you're shooting today. And because of that, like I started to learn about the industry. But I think if without that step, I wouldn't like be able to progress this far.
Yeah, and the agency also have a lot of big names. I think Elizabeth Tan was with them.
Oh yeah,
and quite a number of.
I think when I joined, she wasn't there yet, but not there. anymore. Not yet.
But
anymore.
Dia banyak orang yang dia.
Yeah, and he was very genuine in like giving advice. And one thing is that I never involved my parents in like any of it. So my mom and dad was like, no, if you want to be an influencer, you go figure it out yourself. Like, I wanted to be independent. Like, I wanted to make my own name myself and learn about this industry myself. I was like, how long will my parents like follow me, right? So I really jumped into it by myself.
Your dad, right? Was he against it?
No. Honestly, I feel like my dad, he wasn't against it. My parents were actually very supportive.
He even tercabar up. You know?
Yeah, but back then, my parents, they would never go against like their children's interests. So I think I just slowly became an influencer, and he was just like, he was fine with it. Yeah. He
didn't go against it or say like, hey, you ni nanti I punya nama pula, you dah menari pakai seksi
I
semua.
have gotten that lecture before. But he was more like, don't be an actress. He said that to me. Not don't be an influencer. I think influencer, my dad's like, he's quite old. So he's like, Zaman dulu, right? So I don't even think he knew the concept of influencer. But yeah, he told me
he is an influencer.
He told me not to be an actress. But not for the reasons that you would think. He just thinks like I wouldn't be able to handle the tough conditions on set, you know? And I'm the kind of person who is very like tone sensitive. So I don't like people talking to me in rudely or like harsh. And when you're working on set, you work long hours. So sometimes they talk very like kasar. And he's like, tired. I don't think I can handle it. Yeah.
So, just because of that,
yeah.
Protective of you.
All right. So, Leona, as a influencer, right? I'm sure you are also packed with a lot of things, kan? So how do you manage the work-life balance being an influencer?
I think, now that I'm studying in UK, I don't really have that much work to be like balancing with life. But prior to that, after college, I actually took 2 years out of studying because I said to my parents, like, I really want to pursue being an influencer full time, because I never really had a time where I dedicated all my time to it. When I was gaining fame, I was in college. So my parents like, okay, like go. I was like, I want to make money. And at that time, I was very busy. I'm very hardworking, but I'm very good at having fun as well. I think a lot of my friends say like I'm the kind of person who like brings sunshine to the group, you know, like bring the joy. So I would if this day I'm working all day, then the next day I'll take a break. Or if I'm working in the day, then I'll have fun at night. Yeah, like vice versa. I would never really like tire myself. I think it's important to like not overwork yourself so you don't get burnt out, and just have like a balance of it. And I think another thing is that I genuinely enjoy what I do. Like I don't do it for the money and the fame. I mean, that's a bonus. I wouldn't say like I don't appreciate it. But I really love being out there. Like I said, even since I was young, I love being the center of attention.
Yeah, you love the attention.
Yeah. So even now, it feels like very natural. So even when I'm working, I hardly feel like, oh, I don't want to be here. Like I really enjoy it. Like even being here, I love it. I love talking to you guys.
Because there's cameras, right?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, how many people's gonna watch this?
Yeah, without the camera, you wouldn't enjoy it so much. Right?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right. So now we are moving on to the...
Wait, would you share with us how much you make? Are you allowed to actually? Just for the viewers to...
Okay. Usually that is my question.
Yeah.
But today what take over? Bagus juga. At least I tak kena bantai.
I feel like when I was back, like when I was doing it full time, I could make like 20 to 30,000 a month. But now that I'm in UK, I don't make that much anymore. So please don't come after me, tax people. I am not earning money.
But sekali-sekala, right?
Yeah. I think one thing is like influencing. It's very like, not versatile, I don't know the word, but it depends how famous you are in that moment.
Relevance.
Yeah,
right?
how relevant you are and how much work you do. So I guess, I think around like 20, okay, maybe not 30. Maybe like 10 to 20,000.
You're lowballing, is it?
No.
Yeah, so that the tax agent will come.
No. But at that,
it's okay, you can just say your father gave you the money.
No, yeah, my dad gave me. When I was 18 and 19, I had no commitment. So as a kid, having that much money was so fun. It was like really the taste of like your hard-earned money that you didn't get from your parents. So I was having so much fun. I used to shop until I dropped.
Oh.
Yeah, and then my boss and my ex-boyfriend put me on and like, Leona, you have to think about saving. And then I slowly started learning about all these things. Yeah. But when you first get your first salary, you're very excited. Yeah.
It's the journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So, okay, Leona. Recently we went to Look Fest.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. And then you came after, I think after City perform, right? Or during City's performance? After.
I think it was during Insomniacs.
Yeah.
Amalina. Asyik.
Kan. So, during Amalina punya tu you datang. And then of course kepada siapa yang tak tahu that whole fest was sponsored by AirAsia. And at the same time was done by the company yang buat the studio yang buat ni, dia punya belakang apa orang panggil MCP and all that was by Lofty Medias, which is also the producer of this Apa Cerita.
Yes.
So basically kita produce Look Fest juga. Boleh claim lah.
Boleh lah.
Kan? So and then bila you sampai you cakap dekat Ishraq, what, get me on screen. And then when you were on screen, people were shouting and stuff like that kan. So you ni memang gila attention ke, Leona?
Yeah, I am. I won't even deny. I am. I love attention. Even if not on camera, when I go out for dinner, I think there was one time we were on a work trip. And every single restaurant we went to, I would ask Isha, like, can you tell them it's my birthday? I just wanted to be the center of attention. Like, I love it. I'm the kind of person that I would volunteer myself to be in the middle of the stage. I have no shy bone.
Yeah.
And I love the attention, good or bad.
Okay.
Actually, bad attention doesn't even affect me. Like,
really?
Honestly, I think all attention, like, it will benefit you in some ways, you know? Like, bad attention, it will go away after a while.
So she really unlocked and understand up the attention economy.
Oh, the attention economy.
Yeah. No, the world is not rainbows and sunshines. If you want a lot of good things, a lot of bad things has to come too. There's no world where only good things come, right? So if you can, this is something I learned from Isra. The world is not fair, but you need to focus on what really matters to you. Like, focus on the good things, then your life will be good. That's the one thing he told me a lot about. So he learned a lot about YouTube through me. I learned a lot about
life,
patience and life.
Wow. So he's your life guru.
Life guru, yeah.
So you can change my name, Life Guru.
Isha Life Guru.
But you know where he learned all that too from?
From you?
Yes.
Really?
The beginning of it.
I know lah, I'm just kidding.
Ada lah juga a bit. Yeah. We were partners, right, last time?
Yeah.
He always say business senang. Betul. I always get annoyed because I said, kepala otak kau senang. There's a lot of work. We have to work like this. But he always said, no, we have to think. The money will come. But I didn't understand it that time. Yeah, it's easy. But actually that mindset really, I was like, okay, but I wasn't happy. Yeah.
I think mindset is important because a lot of people hate me. But it depends. Like,
you think so?
Yeah.
Not from the response that
okay,
I see.
but let's think of it like in the big picture. Before this, I have so much haters. Like, I felt like the whole Malaysia did not like me.
I think you can change haters to enviers.
Yeah, and like lovers, you know? Like, I think as long as you focus on the good people, that's what matters.
The rest doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like, if you choose to focus on the negativity, your life will be really sad.
Yeah.
But then I choose to block it out. Like, I don't even read the comments. Sometimes, like, my friends are like, are you okay? I saw your comments. Honestly, even my Mat Saleh friends, they read my comments. They press translate. And so they know what the netizens are saying. And they're like, are you okay? Like, why would they say that? Like, what does that mean? I'm like, oh my God, you read that? I didn't even know that comment existed. Yeah, so I think I'm very happy-go-lucky because I curate my life that way. Yeah.
You focus on what you want to focus on.
Yeah.
Right.
Focus on the good things and the bad thing doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
No, I think it's also when you focus on good, right? That thing will expand. Whatever you focus on will expand.
Correct.
So if you focus on so many negativity, that will expand. You will get more negativity. But if you focus on, even though satu orang cakap positive, but you focus on that, you amplify that, then you will see that become
exactly.
that will grow also, right?
So my team all kita block. Aku cakap, we cannot cakap susah, mahal, penat. Ni semua we delete from vocabulary. That's the best way.
Anything is possible. That's one thing I should have told me also. You can have anything in this world. There is a way. You just need to find it.
If there is a will, there is a way.
Exactly.
But if there's no will,
then there will never be a way.
Then they won't just do it. They won't just
English tongue twister.
Alright. So okay, Leona, netizen. Bukan I netizen.
Okay.
Selalu cakap yang Leona ni selalu nari tak ingat diri, kan? Lepas tu selalu pakai seksi dalam you punya video-video menari apa semua ni, kan? And Malaysia being a conservative country, kan? Apa komen Leona bila orang kaitkan family Leona dengan cara you berpakaian nanti sana? People won't just say, oh Leona pakai seksi. Dia orang akan cakap macam, oh ayah dia ni ayah dia tak ajar ke, mak dia tak tegur ke, and things like that, kan? So what's your thoughts on that? Being, of course, if you are in the UK, it's just a normal teenager behaviour, kan? But being in a conservative punya environment ni, kan? What's your comment on that?
I think one bad thing about like the netizens is that they really like to jaga tepi kain orang lain, and they think that someone's appearance determines who they are. But I myself, like, I really don't bother about netizens because I know who I am, and I know that the way that I dress doesn't reflect who I am. Okay, it does reflect, like, that's how I want to dress. And at the end of the day, I know Malaysia is a conservative country, but I really don't feel the need to prove myself to other people. And as for like them, like, they kaitkan my parents, honestly, my parents really don't care. Like, they are very supportive. My mom and my dad raised me, like, they're quite religious. My family is very religious, but to them, religion is something that shouldn't be forced upon someone. And I think a lot of people in Malaysia, like, they don't really have the opportunity to see Islam in a different light. Like, because I was able to travel since a young age, I see how other people out, like, practice Islam in other countries, right? Then I just feel really sad for the people in our country because they have a very shallow-minded way of thinking. So yeah, like, I don't, like, how I dance, basically, like, how I am, I don't want, like, other people's opinion to influence that. Like, if I want to change, then I will change from the bottom of my heart. But I will never change because someone said something to me. And, like, yeah, this is Malaysia, but, you know, this is who I am, so I accept it. Yeah.
Is that you being rebellious?
No. But really, my mom does tegur me lah. She said, like, Leona, you're posting too much here. Actually, my mom does not mind, but a lot of, like, her friends would screenshot, right? So in that sense, I do feel bad when my parents' friends and my friends' parents see that. Then I feel, like, a bit embarrassed that people are saying that about me, because they don't say it like, hey, why is Leona dressing like this? They feel like, oh my God, why is people saying this about her? But then I think, like, that's something like I can't help. So to each their own.
Yeah, and I think everybody has to go through their own journey.
Yeah, exactly.
And how old are you now?
How old am I now? 22.
22. So you are 22 years old. Super young. I was once 22 too. You know, I've did a lot of things.
It's a fun age.
Yeah, it's a fun age. But today, ada jadi orang yang alim. Jadi
no,
I mean, like, everybody goes through their own journey, and I don't think we should judge people based on their appearance or what they do, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, kita judge orang based on apa kebaikan yang dia buat, and I feel like, I think kita live in the society, at the same time kita kena terima jugalah pandangan orang.
Yeah.
And wherever that we can try to improve, kita try lah to improve.
Yeah, like I accept it and I acknowledge like all the teguran, like thank you for caring so much about me, but please don't care about me. You have a whole family around you, you know. The thing is, don't care so much about people you see online. Focus on the people around you, you know. Yeah. Make sure the people around you are perfect. Not perfect, but like you should
kalau nak tegur rumah sendiri dulu lah.
Yeah, like help them be better. Everyone can continuously improve.
Spend the energy.
Don't be too sabo in other people's lives, in the how other people dress. Like it's really none of your business. At the end of the day,
lash it.
At the end of the day, it's between me and God. And you are not God. So I don't have anything to prove to you. Yeah. Like, don't you think a lot of netizens in Malaysia, they feel entitled? They're like, we need an explanation. Why do you dress like this? But I'm like, are you God? And if they feel like it's their tanggung jawab, then okay, fine, tegur me. But you can't be mad that I'm not like listening. I do acknowledge it. I'm not totally like ignorant about it. But my religious journey, I don't feel the need to show it off or prove to everyone like, oh, I'm really religious and show all my good deeds. Like at the end of the day, it's between me and God. Yeah.
But I think siapa yang tengok ni, give Leona a break. She's 22, right?
Yeah, relax. Yeah. So, all love though. Like, thank you so much for your love, but not love in that way. Yeah.
Now I think it's totally different, like Leona. Like dulu, yes, I think a lot of people macam ada lah some haters and whatnot. But today, I think I go through your comments. Like I said, just now I saw your video masa you post pasal Sheriff tu. Even though the content can be quite controversial. I mean, if people want to spin it in a wrong direction, right, they can. But looking at the comments, apa semua, they enjoy you being yourself.
Yeah. I think now they started to
accept you for who you are.
Not accept, but then they're trying to see past the way that I dress and see me as a person.
See the pure heart.
Yeah. And I think they enjoy like how candid I am, you know? Like I'm not like, oh, I need to look good for the camera. I'm just like, hi everyone, this is blah 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 blah. Yeah. And I'm really, really thankful for all the love. But at the same time, at the back of my mind, one day they can love me, one day they can hate me. So I'm not too like engrossed in it, you know? Like, one thing can change, like some fake news or rumor can spread and then they're gonna hate me. So in social media, anything can happen. Yeah. In just like that.
I like this sentence where it says like, whatever happens outside has no bearing of who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
So you basically live by that. Which is good. That's part of my daily mantra to myself.
Yeah, it's like focus on the people around you and outside them. Like you can still hear what they have to say, but don't let it influence you.
Correct.
Don't make them dictate your day lah, basically, right?
Yeah. Everybody is an individual, kan?
Yeah.
You are who you are because of the whole pie, right? Okay. All right. So I think we move on to the next question.
Yeah.
So I think roughly around last year, the whole our family and everybody dikejutkan when your late grandfather Datuk Pahamin. When we got the news also. Al-Fatihah to him. Right. Peace, insyaAllah. And he passed away and kembali ke rahmat Tuhan. So we want to ask, like, how close are you to your grandfather, and what can you say about people saying that you as your grandfather's daughter?
I think we go for the first question.
Okay. How close were you with your grandfather?
I was really close to him. He was very supportive, and actually when I first moved to UK, he was the one who picked me up at the airport.
Oh wow.
And
he passed away in UK also, right?
He passed away on the plane.
Yep.
So basically he was going for my brother's graduation. Actually at that time, he just finished his 7th round of Haji. He was 77.
MashaAllah.
And he was feeling a bit sick. But
7 times Haji?
Yeah.
That was his like mission, right?
He baru habis that day. And he just flew back to Malaysia and he was going to go to London like that night. He sampai morning, fly that night. And he wasn't feeling that well. And my parents were like, oh, just go in a few days because my brother's graduation was like only in a week. But he insisted. He was like, I want to rest in London. So then he really insisted on going on the flight, and then he passed away on the plane, which was very sad. But growing up, my grandpa was always there for me. I mean, he was a very, very busy man, so I didn't see him that much, like not like every day. But he was very supportive. He actually is one of the reasons why I think education is very important, because even after he graduated, I think he got his law qualification when right after my mom and my aunt got their law qualification. And he always said, studies is important. Exams is very fun. And my grandparents tried to like
brainwash you.
No, nurture that mindset in me and my cousins by like, they would reward good results. So if you get like 1A, you get 10 ringgit. So I would always like aim for 10 A's. You know, as a kid, it's hard to like really build that mindset. And as a kid, like life is very straightforward. You want to buy a toy. So how do you buy a toy? With money. How do you get money? You either have allowance or you be good in your studies. So I studied very hard. And yeah, my grandpa always emphasized on studying. And he was a very strict grandpa growing up. He would always scold me. He was like, why your rambut warna merah? Like, why your rambut warna biru? When I dyed my hair, I would be so scared to go into the house. But yeah, he was a very, very kind and generous man. Very fair. Yeah.
You always say you're the favorite, right?
Yeah. I think my grandpa liked me the most.
Sorry, cousins.
Sorry, cousins.
And also, Leona, because of that, also, I think a lot of people say, oh, you got the AAG job because of your grandfather. And
what can I say about that?
Yeah, what do you say about that?
Okay, I'm going to tell you the story about how I got my internship. So basically, it was
just an internship anyways,
yeah,
right?
it was Raya. It was Raya, and my grandpa was having his annual open house. And then Ishra's dad was there, and so was Tony. And I think that was my first time seeing Tony after a very long time. And then he was like, oh, I was at the dessert table when he was there. So, oh, you must be the granddaughter. And I was like, yeah, I am. He's like, oh, what are you doing like in life and everything? And I said, oh, I'm about to go study management at the University of Bath. Then I said, oh, I've always wanted to do an internship in AirAsia. He was like, really? You're gonna start tomorrow? So I basically just mentioned it to him, and then he offered it to me. And then he straight away called Marianne and was like, Marianne, you're gonna work with this girl. Be friends with her.
Which Marianne?
That Marianne.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And that's how Fat Club was formed.
Oh.
Yeah, so Fat Club is me, Marianne, Ishra, and our other friend, Katerina.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and my grandpa didn't even know that I asked Tony for an internship, and I did it like behind his back. Yeah, until it was my first day. I think I only told him like 1 week in. I was like, no, but by the way, I'm doing an internship at Asia. He was like, how? I was like, I asked Tony at your open house. And he was like, oh, okay. He had no involvement in it like whatsoever.
Yeah. Except for inviting Tony to his house.
Yeah, like, okay. That itself is a privilege.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if anyone were to go up to Tony and he saw potential in you, he would hire you.
Yeah, exactly.
So anybody you guys see Tony, just ask.
I think it's important to have that trait. Berani.
Yeah.
But
okay, you rasa benda tu normal tau, Lena. But for many people, right,
it's very hard.
It's so difficult to go up to people and ask for an opportunity, right?
Yeah, no, if you never ask, you never know. And the worst case that could happen is a no. But so what? I take rejection really well. A no is a no, just move on. You know? Yeah. But if it's a yes, you don't know how that's going to change your life.
Beautiful things.
Yeah, and it did change my life. Like, I met Ishra, good friendship. I met Marianne, and I could really explore the whole like airline, you know. Like I've always
been.
You met
me also.
Yeah, hi. I've always been curious about AirAsia as a company. So I felt like interning there would make me feel closer to my grandpa, and it did. Like I had more things to talk to him about, and I think deep down he always wanted someone to go into AirAsia, even though like he was no longer part of it. So I felt like
compelled.
Yeah, no, because of that, like I built a bridge between me and him, and I felt like I was part of his history, you know.
Yeah, and I think Datuk Pahamin also is quite a legendary figure. And I think in many of the story I've heard from Datuk Din about Asia, banyak mention pasal Datuk Muhammad, especially at the start, right? Yeah. So how he helped with the government, apa semua kan. Alright, so moving on to the next question.
Yes.
Alright, so you were close to this influencer before. Deserted name. Deserted name. And at that time, you guys were really close and you guys were doing a lot of content together. And then today we see that you guys are not doing any more content and macam not close anymore as friends. Did anything happen there? And maybe you can tell us also what did you learn from this whole experience, if there's anything that happened.
I won't deny that something did happen, because I'm not the kind of person to drop a friend just like that, because I really value my friendships and I give my all into friendships. But I think what happened, I wouldn't say what, because I feel like it's dirty laundry that shouldn't be aired, but what happened really caught me by surprise, because I felt very betrayed by it. And honestly, I was really willing to put past it and look past it. But for the following months ahead, I feel like she victimized herself and villainized me. So I was going through a very, very hard time. And I don't know if it was intentional. Maybe it wasn't intentional. Like, she thought Siddhar that it hurt me in that way. But I was very sad. And Ishrat knew this and Marian knew this, because I would talk about it a lot. And I didn't want to let go of that friendship, because we had been friends since we were 10 years old. So about 12, a whole decade, right?
Wow.
It's like,
You've been friends before the influencer.
Yeah, we were
childhood friends.
Childhood friends. I mean, we were somewhat known, but not famous. So even before the big fame, we already knew each other. But I think that just because something has a sentimental value doesn't mean you should hold on to it if it hurts you. So I had to really reflect on the friendship, and I thought about it a lot. I'm like, what's the point of holding on to something that hurts you? And that's why I decided to let go of it. And ever since then, I feel what I learned is that don't hold on to things that hurts you. Yeah. No matter how much value it gives. If you don't see anything good coming out of it anymore, I'm not saying you should only be friends with people for the benefit that or what you can gain from it. But think of it as your own well-being. I never realized
you don't
how
want to be in a toxic friendship.
I never realized how much it was hurting me. And the bad part was that I felt it was one-sided. I was the one hurting, but she was fine. And in that sense, I feel you can't really force someone to feel a certain way. I can't say why are you not hurting like me? But then it just means both of you valued the friendship differently. So maybe I valued it even more, so I was hurt by it even more. And ever since then, actually no, I feel it did not change the way that I view friendships. I'm still very genuine, and unless you give me a reason to doubt you, I will really give my 100% into the friendship.
My last question before we wrap up this whole session. Right?
Behind
this persona, who is Leona?
Behind this persona is still the same person, but much smarter than you think.
That was really good.
No, because I don't want to say I'm a different person. I take pride in being the same person in front of the camera and off camera.
Just now when you came, you asked where's the toilet. And then I said, oh, toilet is at the back. And then you asked, macam mana nak buka lampu? Then I knew it's the same Leona.
But I think, I don't purposely try to put on that bimbo persona. But Paris Hilton, she just looks stupid on camera, online. But behind that, there's a much more complex character, but it's still her, right?
Yep.
So I relate to her a lot in that sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you are like Paris Hilton.
I love pain. Yeah.
In a way.
Mhm. Yeah, I think behind that persona, I'm
Still the same Leona.
No, it's like I admit that I was born with a lot of privilege, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for like my hard work and my own effort that I put towards my own like career and my own persona. Yeah.
I think you've come far also. Even though you're only 22, but you are, already like a household name.
Yep.
And I can't go a month without seeing you in the news.
Yeah.
Not
something I'm proud of.
Can't go a couple of days without seeing her on my FYP. Kan, so you have macam dah menghantui ramai orang punya kehidupan lah.
Yeah, and I think this is only the start. When I come back from UK next year, I'm graduating next year. That's so fast, right? I want to try new things.
Make a surprise.
Yeah. I want to be pengacara. Do you think I can?
I think you can.
Yeah.
You can
Selamat datang.
gantikan one of us as the host of Apa Cerita also.
Yeah.
You can gantikan Mia. A lot of people ask.
Yeah. I want to try be a host. I think, and I also want to maybe venture into business.
Interesting.
It's only going up from here.
Yeah.
InsyaAllah.
Because I'm getting older and more mature.
Yeah, but I think you're right juga. Macam mungkin people think you are like in a way dumb blonde, but I think after knowing you, I think that's totally wrong lah. Actually, you are very smart.
A lot of strategy.
It shows that you pun belajar pun you tak belajar halfway. You are doing it betul-betul, kan? And then bukan just another dumb blonde lah, bro. Definitely not. She's much more than
I have like one funny story about not giving up halfway. So I think a lot of students and young people would like the story. So for my trials in SVM, I actually got an F for accounting. And my mom was like, Leona, you can't have an F on your final exam. So my mom sent me to accounts tuition every single day.
Is it that guy, sir?
No, he was one of it. Yeah, he was one of it. But I had 3 accounts tutor. And from F, I got A in SVM. And I feel like that's like something like, even if you fail right before the final exam, like don't give up.
Yeah, that's
as long as
way.
you put your effort and you really try hard, honestly, it's a bonus that I got an A. But you will really feel like your luck doesn't come to everyone, but hard work and effort will never betray you.
Betul.
Yeah, so never give up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Leona. Last one. Any words of advice for the people that are watching this who wants to be the best version of themselves?
Yeah.
I think stay true to yourself and don't bother too much about what people around you are saying. If you want to be the best version of yourself, you need to start by believing in yourself. A lot of people lack self-confidence, but if you don't believe in yourself, no one will. You need to fake it till you make it. Like, I've not always been a confident person, but just keep telling yourself, keep doing it, and don't be scared of failure. If you fail one time, so what? Just get up, do it again, you know? Like, there will be a certain time when you reach that success. But if you're scared of taking the first step, then you'll never get to the top. But if you keep falling down, but you keep trying, you're going step by step by step by step. So continuously try and learn. And also, I think it's very important to be self-aware. One thing I learned from Ishra is you need to do a lot of self-reflection. Because I think a lot of people, they're scared to face the truth about themselves. They're scared to face reality. But I think once you acknowledge your reality, you can really see how to improve from there. So I think be real with yourself. If you have a problem, try dissect it. If you feel sad, try to find the trigger. I think when you truly master understanding yourself, you will be the best version of yourself, because then you know what triggers you, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what motivates you. So yeah. Do a lot of self-reflection and dissect every single feeling. I think it's good to, before you sleep, just think about how you felt that day. Did something make you happy? Did something make you sad? And yeah, try to continuously improve on it.
Amazing. So thank you so much, Leona. I think this whole session has been very nice for me. And I think we learn quite a lot of things also. Mungkin awal-awal bila kita start, I pun don't have that expectation that we will learn a lot of things. But listening to you talk, I rasa banyak sangat pengajaran yang kita boleh dapat, especially not giving up, you know, being yourself, not being ashamed, you know, just go. You know, so I think these are all characteristic yang sebenarnya sangat penting untuk menjadi seorang berjaya. And I feel like, insyaAllah Leona, I feel like looking at you, and I percaya that one day you'll be very successful also in whatever that you're doing.
It's true.
And being hosting ke, being it business ke, and I wish you all the best. I hope that I will see you at the top.
Oh, I hope so too. Wow.
Maybe next one we call you. Masa tu you cerita pasal business you dah capai 100 juta pula.
Oh yes. An Apa Cerita recap.
And then Apa Cerita will be 100k.
Yes.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, amin. Inshallah, amin. Yeah, so from my side, just I keep it short. Thank you so much for coming and all that after, you know, for the short period yang you datang in Malaysia. Alhamdulillah, we managed to actually do this session. And I know most of your story and all this, but it inspired me and I learned a lot too. So I wanted everybody, including yourself, also up and all this. And basically the pinpoint is the character. You take away everything, take away your followers, take away your family, or take away anybody. Now you can still build it back up because of your character. So I'm sure, so you will also, we'll see you at the
top. See you guys there too. We'll be at the top together.
Inshallah. Amin. Thank you very much.
But maybe at that time dah pakai tudung.
And also we have a surprise for you. Yes. This is our happy 100,000 subscribers celebration.
So congratulations Leona for your 100,000 subscriber. So
Thank
kita
you.
ada Marian, Leona punya best friend.
Oh my god, this is the prettiest cake ever.
Congratulations Leona.
Thank
on reaching 100,000 subscriber. Hopefully all your subscriber will subscribe with us also.
Please subscribe.
No, we had this thing up where we did back then when we started our vlog squad. And
how do we sing 100k subscribers?
Happy 100k subscribers. Happy 100k subscribers. Happy 100k subscriber to Leona.
Wow, nice
Happy
singing.
100k subscribers.
Thank you. Okay, I'll make a wish.
Okay, so
you wish for Apa Cerita to have 100,000 followers now, right?
Actually, I wish for 1 million.
For Apa Cerita or for Leona?
Both.
Alright. Say something to the camera.
Thank you. This one?
yeah.
Thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope you guys stay along for the long journey. Please keep supporting me, and thank you so much.
Can. Alright.
Okay.
So with that, we are ending our show yang dibawakan khas oleh Usanita. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and you catch you the next episode. And next episode dia pun very interesting, Wak. Kan? So you guys have to stay tuned for next week.
Correct. Don't forget, press Usanita dekat bawah in the description and don't forget to subscribe.
Alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.
See you guys next time.
Bye everyone.